have warned the world of the impact climate change is having all over the globe, with the poor suffering the worst effects. What policy do you believe will be most effective to address climate change?
I believe that climate change is the single greatest issue that faces us. You probably saw the UN report last week that talked about how it's getting worse and worse. 55 million people in Bangladesh will be displaced soon. We're seeing tens of thousands of square miles of forest in the American West disappear. Already Norfolk has sunk 14 inches in water in the last 10 years. So we have much to do. John Kerry said climate change is the greatest weapon of mass destruction. There are a variety of different solutions, but the most important is to get a progressive carbon tax. Let's make sure that we reflect the real price of carbon, which in turn makes solar power, wind power, all the alternatives much more sensible. By the way, China has overtaken us now as the #1 contributor of greenhouse gases. India is not far behind. We used to be the big polluter. The unfortunate part is without real American leadership, especially coming from the Congress, there's no way to provide the moral leadership for China, for India, for Brazil, for those other countries that are rising up. They say, look at you, United States, you got to be rich burning all that carbon fossil fuel. And we need to set the good example.
Not only is climate control vital that we get a hold of it, but we've got to leave a better country for our children, for the next generation. And if we don't do something now to reduce our dependency on oil, #1, to make sure that we are providing federal dollars for people to look at innovative ways for renewable energy. We've got young people that have all kinds of ideas and innovations. We've got to put this in the schools. This has to be a curriculum just like everything else, so people really can expound and take resources to lessen our carbon footprint. It's about the next generation. It's about us getting a hold of it right now so that we have a world to leave to these kids.
Yesterday, I testified against Dominion Virginia Power's IRP plan for Virginia and how little green energy they intend to generate over coming years. You know, it's not just asthma for inner city school children. It's not just the fair trade. We're exporting American jobs to people who are going to use those jobs without environmental standards. It's not just the health that's impacted, it's food, it's starvation that's going to occur in coming years when we can't grow the crops that we need. This is a crisis, and we also do need a carbon tax. We need to innovate, and America needs to be a leader in developing green energy and storing solar energy and making it to this does not have to be the way it is, and we can change this.